Peace and love, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Fatima Faith, the Embodied Oracle, your urban shaman soul physician. I just did a pick a card reading yesterday and a collective reading yesterday, but I don't know, there's just been a new invigorated energy for me. I'm usually like a to myself person and pretty isolated, but when you're called to speak, you're called to speak. And I think now it's time for me to speak and share my gifts. And so in the process of sharing my gifts today, as I was just recording, I often just record myself getting in the flow of things for the day. And I thought today, since it was Mental Health Monday and I have therapy at 4:30, speaking of the time, where are we? It is currently Monday, Moon Day, August the 10th, 2026. It is 2:51 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's see where everything is in the sky at this time. I'm an astrologer. I'm just a shaman, okay? I do a little bit of everything. If you would like to book personal healing or guidance, you can text me 757-933-3915. That's 757-933-3915. If you would like to connect to use my services. I'm also the creator of the Embodied Tarot, which is a 99 card tarot deck, dual-sided, with spiritual lessons and getting you in tune with your body. So yeah, let's see where everything is in the sky at this time before we get into the pick-a-pile. So right now we are currently where I am. We are at 1 degree Sagittarius rising. 1 degree is an Aries degree, starting fresh. I also pulled the secret card for myself, recorded. If you would like to see some of my get ready with me type quiet, meditative, contemplative work, you can check out the Fatima Faith Foundation YouTube channel. I feel like there's going to be stuff starting to pop up on there. Fatima Faith 88 is going to be my personal vlogging, just like my own personal journey of talking and things like that. And then this channel, the Embodied Oracle, Always Dreaming, is where my readings and things will be. So we're 1 degree Sagittarius rising. It's time for me to share my philosophies, my beliefs, the things that I have been seeking and the things that I keep finding out as I continue on my journey. The moon is in Cancer at 21 degrees. 21 degrees is a Sagittarius degree, so heavy Sagittarius energy. So no wonder I pulled the Sagittarius secret card from the Business Astrology Oracle. The moon is in its domicile, so being that we're at a Sag rising, the moon is actually in the 8th house, the occult, esoterics, and things like that. The sun is 18 degrees Leo. 18 degrees, I believe, is a Virgo degree. Yes, and I am a Virgo. Communication. It's not time to just sit around and think about everything, analyze everything. It's time with the moon and the rising on Sagittarius to actually share all the information that I've been gathering throughout my lifetime. A song wanted to come through just now. So anyway, I was doing my work. Like I said, I pulled from my own personal deck my retrograde card. And so I was like on the IC. So I was like, oh, I'm just gonna kind of go within and be ready. Do I want to prop y'all up a little bit more? Let's see. Boop. Will you stand up? Nope. The only thing is, if I put y'all up here, I feel like y'all are too high. But let's see. Let's see how we feel about this angle. Say hi to my herbs. I need to do work over here. I'm a herbalist. Oh, I have my pop socket on. It's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna trust that it's fine. All right, yeah. I wish I could zoom out a little bit. Whatever. We gonna make it do what it do, pimping. Pimping. We do. You all can kind of see a little bit. Ugh, I don't like it. Okay. I told y'all I'm a Virgo, so I gotta get this right. I gotta get this right. Hold on. All right, let's see how that do. Y'all are on the edge of my bed now. I don't know, because I don't have my glasses on, so now I can't see y'all. Now I feel like y'all too far away and you can't see the desk. Or maybe yeah, this is what I always say, real life and real time, a real motherfucking lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no faking the funk over here, you know? I think we don't show enough of the bloopers or just the real process of doing whatever it is we do. And I think that's where the gold is. That's where the lesson is, you know? Maybe we need to connect more. I got you, Spirit, because that came out too. That's all right. Y'all gonna be looking at me, and maybe I'll flip the camera when it's time to go into each pile. We'll just see what happens. Take a beat. Take a beat. See how it's going real fast. You want them to be here with you, Fatima Faith? Do you want them to be here with you? Yeah. I'm such a slow mover, generally. So when I start to feel revved up, I have to watch that, because that's when I get burnt out. It is time to share the gifts that you have been given, your divine gifts that you have been given, your blessings, your resources. It is time to share your resources. Share your resources with the collective. There's more than enough for everyone. There's more than enough for everyone. Redefine, redefine retrograde, redefine what resources look like. Redefine what resources look like. The more we come together, the more resources we have to use for our own liberation. And it was right on our resources. Resilience is the last word on that page. Resources. It does not have the word resources. For those that don't know, in my former life, I'm a FEMA trained emergency manager. I was a law enforcement officer as well. I've done a lot of things, and now I get to serve in a whole new capacity for spirits, for the divine, to share the gifts that have been given to me, and to share the knowledge that has been given to me in times that may feel very uncertain. And thank you, Spirit, for opening the channel for me to be able to communicate whatever message you have for each of these piles. Please bless my throat and my crown. Keep my heart in balance. All right, let's do it. 10:25 on the clock. So welcome to your pick a pile reading. I'm gonna go ahead and do this first. I have classes coming. I have all types of services and things like that, and I definitely try to fit in people's price range. There's pretty much a service for whatever your price point is, okay? You can text me 757-933-3915. That's 757. Shout out to the 757. 933-3915. All right, let's get to it. So yeah, I was gonna read these books today. I was just gonna kind of be in the books, and then let me set my alarm. Okay, it's 3:01 p.m. I have therapy at 4:30, so let's see what we get through in that time. But let me set my alarm so I don't oh, I got Siri. Oh, that's all right. Siri's closed right now because my Samsung, I don't really be knowing where shit is here. If you would like to join my private community where you kind of have access to me at all times, you can't be afraid of the taboo. I'm on OnlyFans, $8 a month. Let's see, set the alarm. Let's set the alarm for 4:15. It's online, so I don't need much time. Save. All right, hour and 13 minutes. Let's see what we get done in an hour and 13 minutes. I will be uploading my pick a card from yesterday today, and then I might even have this one up and running. So let's see what it is. So pile number 1. Matter of fact, let's pause, flip the camera, and go from there. Oh yeah, we like that. We like it. We like it a lot, right? All right, so there we go. So we got our 3 piles. Let's scoot it up a little bit. This is my godmommy. Say hi to my godmommy. She's always with me. There she go. All right. Here we go. These are your 3 piles. Oh yeah, we kind of like this. Okay, we like it, or whatever it is. I don't know. All right, so pile number 1. So I picked out these books because I was going to read these books, and I wanted to kind of sharpen all my work that I'm focused on right now. So I've been working with the Akashic Records. So pile number 1, you are picking How to Read the Akashic Records, Assessing the Archive of the Soul and Its Journey by Linda Howe. And I'm about halfway through the book, and it's been really good. And then I said, well, let me pair each book with a tarot deck. So of course you got the Akashic Tarot by Sharon Ann Klingler and Sandra Ann Taylor. So you have that with that book. And then I was about to take some ginseng, and I will grab my pendulums to see if the dosage was proper for today. And I decided to put a pendulum with each pile. So you can pick from the pendulum, or you can pick from the deck, or you can pick from the book. So for pile number 1, the Akashic Crew, we have the Angel or Quartz pendulum. For pile number 2, I wanted to get back into this Psychic Senses book, An Essential Guide to Developing Your Psychic and Medium Gifts. I've been doing more mediumship work. It's something that I've been called to do for a while, but I ain't gonna lie, I've been a little scared. You know, I haven't completely stepped into my mediumship abilities, but it is time. And this book is by Colby Rebel. So with this book, I decided to go with the Mythic Tarot because it's got all types of mythical creatures and beings, and I felt like with the unicorn here, and you got crystals here, like a butterfly and plants and things like that, I felt like it was going to kind of open up a whole world. And this is my pendulum I got from Houston, Texas when I went. This is an Amethyst. I call this my Peacock, my Peacock pendulum. So there's that one. Then we have pile number 3 with Psychedelic Medicine at the End of Life, Dying Without Fear. So in my work, hey God Mommy, I do transition work. So I want to get in this book. I haven't gotten into it yet. I bought it because I felt like I needed it. But now I feel like it's time. I did get someone possibly interested or needing a transition doula for their loved one. And so with this book, I have the Midnight Magic Tarot, a tarot deck of mushrooms by Sarah Richard. And the pendulum I have is green aventurine Hamsa with the skull on the end. So those are the 3 piles, and let your intuition guide you for sure. Let's zoom in just a little bit so you all get the best image of it. Let me move it over some. I'm so particular as a Virgo. I just want it to look aesthetically pleasing. I also have a Libra stellium. But anyway, yeah, I'll see you all in your piles. Hey, pile 1. Welcome, Akashic crew. I don't know why I keep hearing Akashic crew. But anyway, you picked pile, like I said, number one, with this angel or quartz. Pendulum. I don't know how any of this is going to tie together, but we just going to have fun with it. And the how to read the Akashic records, accessing the archive of the soul and its journey. So I actually am going to shuffle on this book. Now, before I started all these readings, I pulled an anchor card, but I decided not to show you all what your anchor card was. Now keep in mind, I created the embodied tarot theory and also deck. It's a 99 card. Well, there's a few different prototypes of it. This is 132 card deck, but as you see, it has each angle of the chart, so any card can come out on any angle. So I kind of read the regular tarot in the same way, I guess, testing my theory, my theoretical work here, my theory. Okay, so we're gonna put that like that. Okay, so the card that I got for you all was the 5 of Forces with Winter. So inner winter, and it was in technically the reverse. So in my way of reading, if it's in the reverse, that means the IC. So going within, inner winter, which definitely makes sense. Now, it's also interesting that I was guided to what does this pile need from me? So this pile needs loving elementals from me. So these are kind of the anchor cards for the reading. So for me, I need to stay, look at that, wishes fulfilled. I need to stay in a loving place with this group. And it says elementals, loving elementals, which makes me kind of feel like, let me put her right there. Yeah. Loving elementals. So it's feeling like you all need some compassion. You did pick the pendulum that is the angel. So maybe you've been an inner winter. So maybe things have felt a little cold, a little barren, like you're not really sure where things are going. You're not sure where things are going. I just put the Master Artesian back in the deck. So maybe you've been more recluse, because the whole reason I started this reading is because I pulled the retrograde card in my deck. And I've been in a moment of retrograde. We're not too long out of the post-Mercury retrograde shadow. And so maybe you've been going through some time that you are just reassessing. What are we really doing? What are we really doing? Is this what I want? Let's see. Let's see where we go. I want to make sure that we keep these things. I said I was going to shuffle on this book, but I don't know now. I'm going to shuffle on the selenite. But I just got a feeling of purity. This inner winter, even though it may feel somewhat cold, I just heard cold and cozy. I'm looking at this, the white of the snow of the winter, and looking at the calm and peacefulness of the angel aura quartz pendulum. Going within, cozy within, to access the soul, to understand where we are on our journey. Where do we want to go? What message do you have for pile number 1? How can we access their Akashic records? Give me more insight into what loving messages they need. Elementals, finding the elements, the foundational elements, going back to 0. The Akashic field comes flying out. So we have literally, I just heard in the way, like everything, it doesn't look the way, things don't look the way we want them to look, but they're still perfect. Something about it is still perfect. So the Akashic field came out in reverse. The Akashic field came out in reverse. Back in the IC. We're back in the IC. We're staying in the IC. We've been going within our inner winter to access the Akashic field, the field where everything is possible. Where everything is possible. The Ouroboros, what is that? Not Ouroboros. I forget what that's called, like the rainbow colors. Mystified. I feel like going within the mystic, becoming more mystical, and looking at this loving elements card, which is my guide card for this group. Loving elementals, going back, and we're in the IC, right? We're in the bottom of the chart. We're in that home, that roots. We're going back to childhood. We're going back to childhood. We're finding the magic in things. We're finding the magic in things. We're finding the color in this barren white snow, but the white snow is barren, but it's white and pure. It feels clean. It feels calm. It feels at peace. Someone to share, someone to love you. I don't know why I just heard that song. All you need is someone who cares. Someone who will always be there. I don't know, seeing the summer and the winter together, I feel like, you know, the summer is active, hot girl summer. I don't know. I feel like if you pick this pile, the Akashic records, you're looking for something more. You're looking for something bigger. There's got to be more to this than what meets the eye. There's got to be more to this than meets the eye. There is magic all around you, and you're starting to find that because you've gone within this inner winter, instead of being so active and being so. The Akashic field, it's a barren field. It's no one there. Look at that, the King of Forces. A lot of air energy. I feel like there's been a lot of contemplation. And then we have birth underneath there. Birth, and then we have this loving elementals with a child. Rebirthing yourself, or maybe you are becoming a parent or a grandparent, and you're seeing what really matters in life. You're starting a new foundation. The I see, and this came out in the upright. Look at that. It's like almost the backgrounds are the same. These go together. These two cards go together. I feel like I want to do this. The inner winner is the anchor card. Seeing more of what's possible. This deer is a leader. The wolf is a very teacher energy, but also it's the lone wolf. You've realized maybe that, quote unquote, being alone isn't the worst thing in the world. You've found the peace and the calm and the purity within, the silence. And now you're starting to see the world in a new way with colors that most people don't see. Most people don't see the fairies. Most people don't see the way the wind blows. There's something, very much something about the air element. You have all forces card. All forces card. Can I get one more card, please, Spirit, for pile number 1 before we move into some oracle? This card has actually come out twice, and it keeps showing, and under that, look at that, we have another blue card with forces, being able to balance the light and the dark, being able, someone to love you. All you need is someone who cares. You just want someone to share this calm and this peace with that you found, to enjoy loving elements. Someone that sees the world like you see the world. Look for signs. I feel like a message is coming because, like I said, this card wanted to come out twice. And I put it back because it came out with more than one card. We have 1, 2 here. We have 1, 2, and I'm holding the card of 3. We do have the eclipse this week in Leo. Not only do we have the eclipse in Leo, I believe we have the Mercury Cazimi, which can be a message coming in. Continue to sit on your throne. Continue to cultivate this peace. Continue that energy. Continue that energy. Let's close this out and get you some, thank you, some oracle. All right, we have the 3 of forces. Look at that, more air energy. It's almost like, yes, you have gotten clear in your mind what you want in life, and it's a lot of energy about like the nest, the birth card that showed up, the baby here, you know, wanting to start something new. And we literally have the Queen of Forces and King of Forces, a divine counterpart coming together. We literally have the sun and the moon, masculine and feminine, coming together. We have season cards here. That's 2 seasons, 2 sides of one coin. 2 sides of one coin. Both of these counterparts are in the upright position, which makes me feel like both have done their work to clear their mind, to find this inner peace within, and now they have someone that they want to share it with, to build a nest with, to start a new life. The early bird gets the worm. And on the other side, we have the ascent. Both moving up, or you're moving up. I feel like this is just you. You've seen things now from this higher vantage point through your own internal work, through your maybe something will transpire by the winter time. I usually don't do anything with timing because timing is its own thing, okay? I'm not even going to use the word everybody uses, divine timing, because what does divine timing mean? We could get into a whole conversation about that. But I thought this was going to be more about the gifts that you're bringing in. But, you know, like I said, nobody knows where it's going to go. We just push the button and we let shit go, however it's going to go. So that's what I got, and now I'm being called to open this book and see what I get. Reincarnation is not about good and bad lifetimes. As I have come to understand reincarnation from an altitude ascent, from an altitude of consciousness, I have realized that it is not about good and bad lifetimes. A lifetime of crime versus a lifetime of philanthropy, for example. Instead, reincarnation is about the soul, about the soul journey. It doesn't say soul, but I heard soul and I saw soul. That a particular soul chooses to take in order to become aware of itself on the physical plane. This journey on the physical plane allows the soul to come to know itself as divine, spiritual, and good, to grow in its awareness of itself over an expanse of different lifetimes in a variety of contexts. That was that was number 5 that I was reading, reincarnation, of course, and now I don't know where that was, but oh, there it is. That was number 5, and your card was number 5 of forces. 5 is a challenge, it's the card of challenge, but you're up for it. You've done the work, trust in the work that you have done. Yeah, it bothers me that this is not centered because, of course, the camera is over this way. Anyway, I'm sorry. Y'all might be very particular too. You may like a really balanced life. And sometimes things don't always work out that way. Sometimes things come in that we weren't expecting, and we have to be able to adapt and adjust. And just continue to see things at that higher vantage point. But bird's nest, something new is coming, or potentially you're finding more peace at home. You found the peace at home and you're actually more content with where things are in life. Let's see what oracle I feel like is calling to you. Pile number 1. I'm seeing this crystal medicine card. Let's do sacred medicine. I don't know. Ooh, I'm having a hard time, guys. Well, let's pull some angel cards. You pulled the angel. Yeah, let's do the angel card. Got lots of angel cards. Do we want to do Angels of Atlantis? I was going to get the Divine Masters. Let's just work with the angels, because the Divine Masters, you might get a little bit of everything. So I always keep out the cards that I pulled last for myself or a client or whatever. And let's see, we had Intuition. We had Sandalphon with Love. And we had Retreat with Raziel. So let's see what message the angels have for you, pile number 1. Can we zoom out some more? Let's see. Yep. Wonder. Oh, I wonder who. I wonder. Wonder. Something about, yeah, it's very much about continuing to live a life of peace, of calm, of not having to rush yourself. You got all these forces card and it feels forceful, but the ascent, he is standing still. The Akashic field is open and it's ready to receive, despite the fact that you have all these force cards. I think it's about more of just enjoying the nest that you have created for yourself and your loved ones. Mainly for you. That's what I just heard. When you do what feels good to you and right to you, it benefits everyone around you, even if they can't see it in that moment. Time always tells the tale. What message do you have for pile 1, the pile that picked Akashic Records and the Angel Pendulum? What message do you have for them during this time? Thank you. We have romance. Yeah, okay. Zafkiel. You know, and I'm not big on romance readings, but I have noticed that romance keeps coming up, and particularly counterparts keep showing up in readings. So love is on. I got love on my mind. I got love on my mind because I think in the world and as things have progressed, we have gone through this inner winter with the pandemic and everything like that. As an emergency manager, I see the effects that 2019, 2020, and beyond had on us as a collective, especially when it comes to connection. We need connection more now than ever, especially when it comes to the realm of keys, which is your pentacles, the suits of pentacles. In order to move up, we need to partner again. We need to find our partners. We need to come from a place of love and a place of forgiveness. That does not mean sacrifice yourself. Don't forget all that inner work that you have done to create peace in your life. Your soul will know. Your soul will know. Thank you. And this is right here with winged messengers. So it feels like a message could be coming through. There could have been a break in time, the Akashic field, where both of you needed to, look at that, friendship. This is all about connection. You've done the work. You've gone within. You've created your peace. You've found more of yourself. And now it's time to find more of yourself through your connection with other people, through loving elements, through not just your nest, but those that you choose to keep within close proximity. And I think that love, romantic love needs, oh, I just heard romantic love needs to be reinvigorated. We need to bring love back into romantic love, because everybody wants to preach about platonic love, but there's something about romantic love that platonic love just doesn't necessarily do completely. But I feel like this is also talking about, look at that, retreat was right up underneath the bottom. You know how to retreat now. You know how to balance your inner winter and your outer summer together. You know how to balance Queen of Forces, the moon, the nighttime, and the daytime within you. Okay, you're gonna know when to retreat. Sometimes even when you become in partnership, romantic or friendship, platonic, you're gonna know when you need to take time to yourself. Always remember to take time to yourself. But people that are meant to be within your nest will feel like friends, and that, especially your romantic partner, they're gonna feel like your homie, lover, friend, and your soul will know. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And on the bottom, we have liberation. This love is going to liberate you. You're going to feel so free. You're not going to feel bogged down, tied down. You've learned so much about love in the course of your inner winter, okay? Trust it, okay? Fly high, soar. I think this is all about connection and love and peace in your life. I don't feel like this reading is saying that you need to do anything. Allow things to unfold. Something is coming in. Just be available to be open and listen and hold the space. I definitely feel, don't get too because I get really excited too. I'm looking at this winged messengers with the fire in the sky, and you got fire over here. It's gonna be very exciting, but just keep it cool. Keep your inner winter vibe. But congratulations and great work. Let me know if this reading resonates with you. If you would like to work with me, you can text me 757-933-3915. And I'm sending you so much love. And until the next time, peace. Peace and love, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. I just finished Pile 1 and, of course, paused for a second. Of course, all this looks very magical. Let's see where this reading takes us. What I'm getting off the cuff is, I don't know why I'm getting work-related information. Let's just see where it goes. Okay, so you picked my Peacock Amethyst. This thing has been through it. As you can see, it's got a crack on it. I've dropped it. I broke the tip of it, but it's resilient. It's resilient. All right, let's see. You picked the Mythic Tarot. And, I forgot that I pulled a card. I completely forgot. Even though I just did the other pile, of course, if you know, you know. If you know, you know, you know. If you think you know, you don't. So I'm the creator of the embodied theory with the embodied tarot. And I don't know why creator, and you got the magician in the reverse. Now, in embodied theory, reversed cards are just pointing to the IC. The the IC of the astrological chart within. You've been harnessing your power. You've been harnessing your pioneer. You're pioneering something new. And isn't that something? For some reason, the Magician card in this deck has the symbol of Aries. And here's the Aries card. The pioneer with adventure. I didn't even pull from my deck with pile number 1. But for some reason, I had felt creating something new. The pioneer of something new. You got the Magician here. So this is your anchor card. In my system, it's a dual-sided system. Not particularly this deck. Well, this one is a dual-sided card. So we have the goddess here, our intestines. Our intestines are part of, obviously, our digestive system, but you have 2 of them, just like the 2 pillars in the High Priestess on the DC. This is how it's showing. So you literally have AC/DC, AC/DC. Isn't that a band? AC/DC, okay? Being the goddess. Being the goddess. Being the high priestess. Being able to, I'm hearing community. The DC angle in my system connects to social studies. I'm the daughter of a teacher. I am a teacher, and my dad was a internal medicine doctor. It looks like bringing 2 things together. You got spirit side on the AC, and you got body side on the DC. Are you creating something? Are you using your psychic senses? The High Priestess obviously is very psychic. Being in tune, it's like I can almost feel both intestines and how they work, the inner workings. I don't know why I saw inner workings with inner IC in the reverse. Inner workings. Have you been learning the inner workings? When I saw warlock, the lock, a lock. Did you figure out a key to something that you can pioneer and create your own adventure? Create your own adventure. I often say that in readings, recordings. Thank you. Let me close out my own deck because I did not anticipate. I didn't even open it the way that I normally would. I didn't do it the way I normally would. The pioneer does things in a, and this is the initiate of spirit. And so something new initiated in your spirit and you're able to move forward. So you're able to move forward into the world, DC, as the goddess. And what holds both of these 2 sides together is the Magician. We're going deep. We're going deep in psychology. You may be I just heard psychonaut, you know, someone that really studies a lot of the headless horseman. I also intuitively decided while I was getting ready for these pick-a piles to get an anchor image for anchor card for myself of what the pile needs. But I feel like we're sharing these energies right now. I feel like we're sharing energy right now, you and I. Thank you. So we have the Page of Swords here. Your primary card is the Magician and the Warlock. Then you got the Page of Swords, the Headless Horseman. And when I see the Headless Horseman, it's making me think of Revelation. So you literally have an initiate, fearless initiate of spirit with Aries, the pioneer, and an adventure. And then you have a page too. Starting a new page, decapitation, deconditioning the way you thought about everything. I think about Revelations and the Horseman. But pages are curious. They're not fearful. Initiates are fearless. They go into war, right? You don't have these being able to see inner world and outer world, intestines, inner and outer, what serves and what does not serve the collective, what serves and does not serve another. Let's see. We're using our head in a new way. We're our head and our gut. We're using our head and our gut to start something new, to be a fool again. Look at that. It's Aries energy again. I'm like, what? Well, there's Pisces there. You got Aries, Aries, Aries. There's something new, a new spark. A new spark. Let's put that there. Let's zoom out a little bit. Sorry, guys. This is not, I'm new to this, okay? I'm new to the filming aspect, and I'm so particular as a Virgo, a Libra stellium, of how everything looks aesthetically. All right, let's do it like this. And it goes a little something like this. Hit it. I feel like there's fun, there's magic being made. You're enjoying this new, I don't know. All right, let's get into it. So for pile 1, I did pull, obviously, from the tarot deck that you chose, and I also pulled from an oracle after we get whatever messages we are gonna get. But I'm being called. I did open up the book for pile number 1, but let's open your book. Oh, and I opened it right to where my bookmark is. I did not intentionally try to do that, but we have chapter 12. 12 is the end of the zodiac, right? With Pisces, right before we head into Aries, okay? Opening your imagination. So I feel like you're at the point where you are, like I said, for some reason, I feel like this is work. Even looking at flipping these cards, and I just saw this of like reading tea leaves, reading candles. It's like you have all this psychic sense with the goddess here. You have all this psychic sense, and you kind of weren't sure how to wield it all with the magician, but this coming out in reverse, if you haven't already gone into retreat mode or gone within to kind of feel things out with the goddess, feel how things move, how energy moves, then you're kind of being called to go within, because you have unique talents. You have unique talents that are just for you. And the more tuned in you get into them, you'll know how to juggle and how to manage all your gifts into something completely pioneering and unique. So yeah, this feels like a work or life purpose type of energy that I'm getting from you. So opening your imagination, we discussed your various clairs and how they can help you understand the information you are receiving. However, your overall psychic connection derives from your imagination. Page 77. The more you expand your imagination, the greater return on investment you will get. Return on investment. Yes. I feel like you have so many talents, but you're like, you don't even know that they're talents. Now I'm seeing my deck that I put together for mediumship. So how do you open your imagination? As we grow older, we forget to play. We forget to play and just have a good time. In my deck, the Fool is the inner child card. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, you're the animator. It's called the animator in my deck. You're animating your life, So if you're, take what resonates, leave the rest, apply it however you're supposed to apply it. Speaking of apply, this is the card of Uranus, the planet Uranus. In embodied theory, each planet either has a question word or a part of Bloom's taxonomy. This is apply. Where? The moon is where? Where are you? Where are you located? But I'm saying, where are your clients? Where are your clients? Do you need to move? You got 2 horses here. Do you need to move? I feel like maybe you have realized your own magic because you've gone within. because you can hear more clearly. You know what your talents are. You might not know the name for them, you know what I mean, but you know the power that you have now. You know how to juggle all this, but you may be realizing that your clients, because the DC can talk about clients, may not be settling to your stomach or something like that, like stifling your intuitive abilities. I'm seeing this as literally my own situation, because I just feel like we're all mirrors. So it's like, whether this is a past version, present version, or future version of myself, I can relate, right? Like attracts like. Because I have been wondering if where I am is suited for the work and the skills and the gifts that I have to bring to the world. You know, I'm in my childhood home, I'm in my hometown. You know, everything just feels very comfortable, but sometimes you need to be able to break free. You need to go on an adventure to get new inspiration, is what I'm getting. New inspiration to be able to wield that power that you have. This looks like the eclipse here. We literally have an eclipse in a day, in 2 days or so. An eclipse in Leo. Leo is a fire sign. It's creative energy. I feel like you want to break free and be creative. Let's see. The Horseman. I feel like there's also a lot about researching different forms of occult knowledge and esotericism. If you haven't been studying, I feel like there's been more a focus on understanding yourself, studying yourself, but now you're being called to pioneer and adventure out, to go out and find more information, maybe even find like-minded people that can share information with you, or just getting more books and things like that. It's interesting because this pick a card, you know, started with me wanting to read some books today, and I was like, you know what, I should do a pick a card reading from these books. All right, first card, let's see what we got. We have the Hermit with the Yeti. Yeah, look at that. And it's in reverse, right? And the Hermit is Virgo energy. Virgo's ruled by Mercury. This is the card of Mercury. So it is, I feel like there's this balance here going on with these in reverse and these being able to balance. I feel like you are a very internal, intuitive person. So you do need lots of time. You need to go where the moon in my system is, where you need to go, where you need to move, where you feel more comfortable, where you feel more at peace, where you can create peace at home, but also share your talents and skills. So the Yeti, you might want to research the mythology of the Yeti. You may want to research, look at that, it just fell right out. We have the Ace of Wands. I feel like there's new inspiration coming in. This is the Salamander. I feel like, yeah, there is something about, and look, we have Hanuman. This is one of my guides, the deity Hanuman. I want to keep you out. There's a song that came to me, and it's called Hanuman, and I don't remember who it's by, but I hear it all the time. It's in my algorithm now, and it's in my playlist and it's like my shamanic song. I feel like they have this new spark, this Ace of Wands, you know, and it's in the IC position, so it is kind of like being able to balance that inner and outer world and the excitement that you're getting from everything that you're learning. It's like I'm feeling for myself, you know, that's how I ended up with over 100 decks and a huge library that I don't even have enough shelf space for. It's because I just wanted to learn about everything. I wanted to learn about magicians. I wanted to learn about the Yeti. I wanted to learn about revelations in the Bible. I literally have the Bible sitting over here, my grandmother's Bible, with the horsemen, the five horsemen or whatever. Like, what is the mythology behind that? Hunaman, you know, what does he represent? What does it mean to be a high priestess? You know, all the things. I feel like the Three of Wands here on the bottom with kind of like a new adventure. You know, you got the adventure card. That was the first one out of my deck. You know, you've harnessed all this energy. And so I think right now it's about balancing, coming out a little bit more, finding your ideal clients for the work that you do, while continuing to push forward and study more and expand more. The Hermit is all about self-development, knowledge, seeking, but sometimes the Hermit can stay in hermit mode too long, you know, and not know how to balance coming out into the world as well. So let's close this deck out and get you some oracle messages. And yeah, I hope this message resonated. This feels really good. Definitely it's a different vibe from pile one. So I always like when I do these and each pile feels distinctive. There may be a little bit of crossover, but I like when they all have their own energy and their own vibe. So let's close it out. And we have the Hierophant. Yes, we have divine counterparts here too. So the Hierophant and the High Priestess are divine counterparts. The Voodoo Warlock. Look, you're getting Warlock again. So I feel like there is a message behind the word Warlock. Okay. And in embodied theory, each angle on the spirit side is a class. Okay. So we have 4 core subjects in math. In math. We have 4 core subjects when we're in school, correct? So each of the 4 angles, I put a lens of a class on. The AC, your first card, is language. So I feel, and language definitely connects to this Mercury energy with the Magician. So understanding what these words mean, understanding what things mean. And did I say that in this pile? No, that might have been the last pile. So there is something significant about language and just what these things mean and not being afraid. I don't feel like this pile is afraid of their magic. I think maybe they might have been at one time because they were more powerful than they realized. And then it was like things happened and you're like, oh shit, like this is real. And then it got exciting. It's like, okay, now I need to learn how to harness it. I feel like you've already been through the integrity part, the integrity check of everything. And more than anything, I don't even feel like this is about love with these counterparts here. I feel like, because with intestines, that's literally 2 sides. Like the High Priestess has 2 pillars, the masculine and the feminine pillar, right? The white and the black. And this is literally like you being able to balance both. You are the High Priestess and the High Priest. You know, you're the goddess and the god. In my deck, the Hierophant as the counterpart to the goddess is God. And it talks about religion. So I feel like, oh, also bringing them all together. We talked about bringing it all together with the Fool card. I feel like this is saying because on the spirit side, goddess, the theme or the lesson is spirituality, and how spirituality is something you feel, it's something you practice. As with the as opposed to the God card, Hierophant, it's religion. The lesson is religion, which is more structured, which is more doctrine. So being able to do both, being able to bring spirituality together with religion, and how they both help each other, and how they both build the temple, how they both give you the foundation, the pillars for what it is you're here to do. Beautiful reading. And you also got the Empress over here, so with Kali Ma, and we were talking about fear, not being afraid of, you know, the idea of Kali Ma. So you might want to research the myth of Kali Ma and the myth of Hanuman, the Yeti. I feel like all these things, the Warlock repeating here twice, but there's definitely new inspiration. And the Salamander, I don't know why I just got chameleon. It's like you can morph and use all these different things to show the way. And you're using your intuition to show the way. It doesn't matter that you're the headless horseman. You know, you might even want to research the headless horseman to see what that story is about. The guidebook for this is not very substantial, but let's go ahead and see what it says real quick. What time is it? It's 4:01. I have therapy and at 4:30, but I was really called to do this. It's Mental Health Monday, at least for me it is. So let's see. Let's do the Magician. The start of something, beginner's luck, having various tools and means at our disposal, use of supernatural forces, creating reality with mind power, training and acquisition of practical skills, improvisation, display or show for other people, message, create a new reality, inverse, trickery, sleight of hand, cheating, showing off, pretending, lack of awareness about body, sexuality, or basic motives, near miss due to inexperience or inaccuracy. Take what resonates, leave the rest. I do think that as a magician, you do have to constantly kind of check yourself, and that's kind of what the reverse in the IC is. The IC is all about going within to just check your motives, you know, make sure you're in integrity. Let's see what the Salamander says. Ace of Wands. Creative momentum, active sexuality, strong impulses, energy and drive, life force, beginning of growth. Inverse is similar. So yeah, I think that this is definitely a new time. I feel like hopefully this was the message you needed to hear to go forward with whatever idea that you have. You're gonna be successful at it, and I feel like you've been going at something for a long time, and I think that you have kind of mastered the idea of time, that everything takes time, and you're on an adventure, you're on a journey, you're no longer rushing the outcome, because the outcome happens every single day. Every day that you wake up, you're moving closer to that outcome. Okay, so I want to pull from I put these two oracles together, the dream reading cards and the mediumship training. Since you picked it says awaken your intuitive subconscious. So when I'm working with my psychic senses, I will use these cards together. And see how I can continue to master my abilities. Because I definitely feel like this pile with the High Priestess is definitely super tapped in. As they say in these pick-a-pile readings, they're the spiritual baddies. So, it's a lot of cards. It's a lot of cards, as you see. All right, let's pull out the selenite to shuffle these up. I don't know how long group one was. I'm really bad at timing. I'll go until I can't go no more, which sometimes causes me issues, but we're not going to talk about that. I just want to make sure people got what they came for, and I want to make sure that the primary messages, you know, come out. I don't, you know, and that's why I repeat myself a lot. So that way, if nothing else, they'll remember. I'm hoping people will remember the theme, or even remember the spread, and it's like a card will jump out at them, you know, from that spread. Or in this case, you know, this is my first time using books as the anchors, you know. Maybe somebody will go get this book. You know, they'll be able to expand their senses. So, how can pile number 2 harness more of their abilities? How can pile number 2 harness more of their abilities? Thank you. Calling cards from heaven. So I feel like this is just being super tapped in to notice all the little details. It's very hermit energy. It's very magician in reverse energy. Your loved ones are never more than a thought away. They're always around, sending you little signs like breadcrumbs on your path. You selected this card as a reminder to reach out for a sign from heaven. Yeah, definitely wield your sword and be willing to and ask, like, talk to spirit, you know, sending loving thoughts and prayers from your heart to spirit, to your spirit loved ones, to indicate that you're ready to receive a sign of their love and support. Have faith and trust that they'll hear your prayers. Remember, your loved ones know how to get your attention. It could be a song on the radio, a cardinal perched on the windowsill, or a feather. The list is endless. Intuitively, you'll always know when you're getting a message from heaven. You'll feel it in your soul, and you'll know and you'll know who sent it. Learn to trust those first instincts. Your loved ones and guides want you to know when they're around. In practice of mediumship, you can reach out to spirit and ask what signs they most frequently leave for their loved ones. Share your insights with your recipients. This can be great validation to know their loved one is present. It's important to be open, aware, and patient. And I think that time period that you've gone within, you have been patient, you've learned. And that's what I said about timing. You know, you're not rushing it anymore. You're like, oh, it's like, it really is the adventure. That's what I'm really feeling. It's important to be open, aware, and patient. Allow time for the flow of grace to happen. And when I first got on here, what did I do? I paused and I had to breathe. Sometimes they'll send you a message when you least expect it. Always share a moment of gratitude to spirit for the love they bring. So that is your main message from that. I'm going to close it out and you'll get 2 more cards. Thank you. Thank you. And we have soul guidance. So you got 2 from the mediumship deck. I can't read all of it, but you have butterflies. So maybe one of your signs are different butterflies, and maybe you can tap into different types of butterflies, and maybe depending on the type of butterfly, you're getting a message. I'm a bird watcher, so I love studying birds. So yeah, you can make it one category, because we were talking about studying, you know, studying these deities, Kali and Hanuman, or mythical figures like the Yeti, or what a warlock is. So within each category, you can expand into more, is what I'm getting. Making time for activities that contribute to your spiritual growth and psychic development is not a sign of selfishness. It's more of a necessity. By doing so, it will make you a better medium and have a major impact on your overall well-being and spiritual vitality. So if you want to take a screenshot of that, you can, because I don't have time, unfortunately, to read all of that. And on the other side, you have play. Yes, with the Fool card right here. This is from It'll Bring You Freedom. And look at that. There's butterflies again. Can't make this shit up, okay? So if you would like to work with me, you can text me 757-933-3915. I offer all types of services. I'm an urban shaman and soul physician. I'm an astrologer, card reader, Reiki practitioner, herbalist. I do all the things, okay? And I'm even practicing my mediumship abilities, because I'm not scared anymore. You know, when you are very sensitive, a sensitive child here, you know, you kind of have fear. You might have feared spirit, but now you're starting to embrace the beauty of being given such a beautiful gift, right? Find time to incorporate play into your everyday life. Allow your inner child to experience joy. You deserve to be happy and be joyful around others, okay? So I hope this reading resonated. If you, please give me a thumbs up. I don't ever ask for that, but if you like it, give me a thumbs up, comment. I'm also accepting community, but it's for the taboo. It's for these conversations about magic and alchemy and Kali Ma and death and destruction and things like that. So it's $8 a month, and you pretty much have access to me anytime. It's a big part of my crisis services because I am a FEMA trained emergency manager and former law enforcement officer. But yeah, I've done a lot of things. But anyway, thank you so much for sitting in on this reading. I hope you enjoyed it. And until the next time, guys, peace. Peace pile 3. Peace pile 3. It is now Monday, Moon Day, August 10th, 2026. It is now 8:39 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Around 4:15, I finished pile 2, and I had therapy scheduled for 4:30. And then I just took the time that I needed. I just took the time I needed. I always want to make sure that I'm coming with the proper energy, especially for this pile. This is, I guess, second day in a row. Well, no. Yesterday, my shamans were in pile 2. Well, you were drawn to the Psychedelic Medicine at the End of Life, Dying Without Fear book. And I haven't really gotten into this book. I bought it some months ago, so I've had it for a while. Usually if I see a book that I know will be important, at some point on my journey, I'll get it when I see it. And you chose the green aventurine with the skull, Pendulum, and the Midnight Magic tarot deck. Oh, that's right. So with each pile, I pulled cards when I first, but I did not use the anchor image because we ended up having a book, the deck, and, you know, so many options. So you got the Ace of Cups in reverse. The Ace of Cups in reverse as the card. And also in doing these readings, I decided to pick a card for myself as well to kind of anchor me into the energy of what needed to take place or what energy I needed to be in. Interesting. Ace of Cups and 10 of Cups. 1-1. 1 cup and then 10 cups. With the rainbow. Are you all my soul family? Portobello. I love portobello mushrooms. Love portobello mushrooms. And this is the fluted bird's nest fungus. If you're here from pile 2, you'll know bird's nest. Was that pile 2? No, that was pile 1. Wow, pile 1. Was that pile 1? Yeah, that was pile 1. Sorry, guys. And we have 1-1 here. I just heard make a friend from pile 1. Put your pile in the comments. Maybe we'll make a friend. The 10 of Cups in my embodied theory system is the coven, the people who understand you and your beliefs. Matter of fact, we're going to keep both of these. I just go with the flow, guys. Go with the flow. In the embodied theory system, tarot system, theoretical system, if the card is head facing down, that's the IC angle of the astrological chart. So where we had 1 cup all to ourselves, where we learn to fill our own cup, where we learn to make a house a home or a nest a home. Now we'll have 9 other cups to join the cup we already have to create a rainbow. I feel like this is community. Having gone at it alone, this is the shamanic pile with the psychedelic medicine at the end of life. Definitely the work of the shaman, right? You've had to go through so much transformation, so much change by yourself. And look, we have the 5 of Cups there. Lots of cups, lots of emotions over the course of time, over the course of life. We've seen lots of death. Not always physical. Emotional. Lots of emotional deaths. I didn't have rings on in the other piles, but I do in this one. Feeling sad, feeling alone. But look, there looks like there's something underneath there. Something looking at us. Never really alone, right? Let's see. Let's do some bibliomancy with this book first. I think I must have recorded the other groups. Guess I'll zoom out a little bit more. This is a beautiful book though, right? Let's do it like that. Very particular about this pile. I had my therapy, I did my therapy. And then I took some time, split the deck, and we have the Page of Cups, 2 blue mushrooms, blue throat chakra. Interesting, very interesting. When I first was getting ready for this group, because I recorded the getting ready to film energy. I filmed the getting ready and no talking, just, you know, letting my energy settle. And I thought to myself, it's always interesting when I go a period of time without talking to come back out of the shell with the community, with the people. When I come from inside my one world cup, and come into the 10 cups. It's a lot of cups, a lot of vessels. But the 10 of cups isn't the 7 of cups. Every cup is something amazing in it. But it's always weird to come out after not talking for a while and start talking again. For me, anyway. Let's see what we get. What message do you have for pile 3? Yeah, this was supposed to be about, this was supposed to be about psychic senses, right? Or new gifts coming through. Maybe that's new gifts coming through with this rainbow energy. Let's zoom out a little bit more. There we go. And we have the 6 of Pentacles, which is about giving and taking. We've learned a lot from our internal world, and now it's time to come out and share the message. Why do I say share the message? Well, because this card in my deck is the messenger. This is the card of Taurus, and Taurus in the traditional tarot is the Hierophant, the high priest, right? So everything I centered, every Taurus card is around the thought of God and religion. We had to go within to find our religion. Losing my religion, that's me in the spotlight. The spotlight. The spotlight is usually on Leo. If we think of Leo, that usually would correlate to spotlight, lights, camera, action, the sun. The light shining on the sun. Welcome to the eclipse in Leo. The moon card. When the moon and the sun come together, eclipse with the south node of the past. We've done this before. We just had to remember again. We learned how to wield our light properly and balance. 6, balancing. 3 coins here, 3 coins there. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion, losing my foundation. Losing my foundation. I had to go back within to find my foundation. Let's see what the book has to say. The book that you chose. Dying without fear, end of life. We ended up finding out that being alone wasn't the end all be all. It wasn't the end all be all. We found peace with death. Past the tipping point. Something pushed us to our edge. Anderson hopes that conventionally allopathic psychiatry will continue to learn from the traditional settings where psychoactive plants and psychedelics have been used for hundreds of thousands of years to heal people. I am optimistic we can find ways to incorporate this sometimes radical type of care into conventional settings. into conventional settings, past the tipping point. Past the tipping point. I don't know why I'm getting Leo energy. All because of that song, huh? This is fluted bird's nest. Fluted music. We had to make our own music. We had to make our own rainbows. It wasn't always easy. Yeah, I don't know why I'm feeling very, let's see what else we get. It's almost like I'm feeling inner child coming through. I am an inner child shaman, so it's not too surprising. Finding the magic. Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland. Two of Swords. Moon in Libra. Being able to see beyond the veil. Two goes back to the High Priestess card. We talked about the High Priest, and now we're talking about the High Priestess energy. This is Taurus. Taurus connects to the major arcana of the High Priest, the Hierophant. Number two major arcana is the High Priestess. They are together, learning how to balance not only spirituality, but religion as well. This message has come up a few times. Let's see what this is. Seven of Wands. Standing your ground. It's in reverse. There's a message here. There's a message here. Events against, dang, whoop, I should have put a marker on it. It said past the tipping point. Anderson hopes that conventional allopathic psychiatry will continue to learn from traditional settings where psychoactive plants and psychedelics have been used for thousands of years to heal people. Unconventional, and we were talking about the High Priest. Now this rainbow is given childhood, sunshine and rainbows, but what you really end up finding out once you go within here in this Ace of Cups, when you go within and you found your own religion, you found your own foundation, you've been able to balance the spirituality with the religion at the same time. What is the difference? There is a difference. Go and research, go and study. That's how you stick to your philosophy. That's how you stick to your roots. That's how you find the God in you, the goddess in you, the divine in you. Namaste. The divine in me sees the divine in you. Once I begin to look within myself, that's when I can see the world clearly. I can see clearly. I can see all the colors of the rainbow. This was your anchor card. So let's do it a little bit like this is what I'm feeling. Ace of Cups in the center, and the reverse, Ten of Cups. While you may have felt alone in your spiritual journey, there's a part of the journey that's necessary. So that way, when you come back out and you mesh with other colors, other vibrations, you can see the beauty within them too, but never lose sight. 6, 7, 6, 7, reverse, upright, reverse, upright. 6, 7, 1, 1, 2, or 10, 1 plus 1 is 2. This is called the Prince. The Six of Pentacles is the Prince. Everybody expected you to be a certain kind of way, and you can still carry some of those pentacles with you, but some of them are meant to give back. Give back to someone else that needs them. 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. 7, 7. What does 7 mean to you? I don't know. What does it mean to you? What does the number 7 mean? Dun Cup. This is called Dun Cup or Dune. The sand dunes. 7 of Pentacles traditionally talks about, but what comes after the 6 is the 7. If we go from the messenger and embodied theory, then we go to, oh my goodness, what comes after the messenger? Oh my goodness, I can't remember. But it's okay, because I remember it's Saturn and Taurus. You've done a lot of the work. This is the last of the Taurus cards in the minor arcana. So this is the most mature of the Taurus energy. We've built a foundation now. We had to go within to find our own beliefs so that we could attract like-minded but still different, all individuals. We had to find our own religion. We had to build our own spiritual practices. Yes. High priestess, the goddess, spirituality. It's a practice. That's where you practice what you preach. Practice what you preach. No one else is looking. People hear what you say, but they can't always see what you do behind closed doors. Why are you hiding? Why are you? And there goes the moon card again. Obviously, it wants to be out. My sheep hear my voice. They come running to me. And you say, I am your shepherd. Why aren't you following me? To think that God is not in everything, even the mushrooms. Nothing to fear, God is here. Nothing to fear, God is here. Goddess is here. The divine is here. Spirit is here. The Hierophant, which is this Taurus energy again. And it wanted to be right beside. We got the Nine of Pentacles over here. Self-sufficient. We got the Two of Cups also coming out. Indigo meal cap. Indigo meal cap. Two. Number 2 beside each other. Look at that. Can't make it up. 5, 6. Both Taurus. The Hierophant. Turkey tail. Turkey tail mushrooms. And the Two of Cups. It is time. I feel like there's... And I'm getting this Two of Cups again with the blue about the throat. It's time to speak. It's time to share your wisdom. Pile 3. Piggyback, Rose Gill. Piggyback. You're a leader. People will piggyback onto it, but it's time for you to come together. Indigo child. Indigo child. It's time for you to speak. Share your voice. Share your voice. Put it all together. Bring it all together. 7 days. 7 whole days. That went a different direction, but 7 days. God created the world in 7 days. It's okay to use what you've learned across different belief systems, across different cultures. Because people need to hear what it is you have to say with these twos together. 2 deuces. With these 2 deuces together. Your voice with this indigo milk cap. It's nourishing milk cap. It's nourishing. The words you have to share are wise and nourishing. It'll be easy for others to piggyback on in the best way possible, as a role model, as a leader, as a teacher. The Hierophant is also known as the Teacher card. I thought I was gonna pull some Oracle. Let's see. We've been on here 23 minutes. Let me pull some Oracle. I think that's all from the tarot. Oh, thank you, Justice. It is time. It is time. You are needed more now than ever. The Sword of Truth, balancing the scales. Yep. On the bottom of the deck we have, look at that, we have 1, 1, 1, 1. It all starts over again. Look at that, 2, 2, 2. 1 and 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. What are you gonna do? It's time. The Old Man of the Woods is the Justice card. Bleeding tooth fungus in the 2 of Wands. The bleeding tooth. We are bleeding out as a society, and we need someone to hold the scale of balance, of truth. You're needed more now than ever to share your voice, to share your experience. We are moving forward with all of these ones. If we counted the individual ones, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which comes to what? 1, 7, 7. The synchronicities are everywhere. Get your messages however you need to receive them so that you can share them with the rest of the world. Make sure you pause to balance out what needs to be told and what needs to be kept just for you. Some information that comes to you is just for you so that you can direct your word in the proper direction, with the proper intention. Be very mindful of your words. It's an initiation. It's an initiation. Before I came on with you all, I made my nighttime tea. A nice mix I bagged by myself while I was getting ready for your reading, pulling my herbalism cards to see what herb I need. And the main herb that I got was chamomile with inner peace. Chamomile with inner peace. Mediation. I believe that you all are showing me right now that I saw mediation, relationship mediation services, couples therapy per se. Mediating conversations between the masculine and the feminine. We have a lot lately, a lot of messages coming through about divine counterparts. It is time for us all to step up in a just way with integrity and balance out this imbalance between our masculine and our feminine. And I'm not just talking about internally, I'm talking about externally. The way we talk to the opposite sex, we're not getting into social constructs or anything like that. I'm talking about pure, esoteric, masculine, feminine, and hermaphrodite, androgen energy. Androgen is when you hold them both. And we all need to be holding both. But now it is time for us to reach out. Justice card, Libra, across the aisle, reaching across the aisle to shake hands, to make peace with one another. Make peace with one another. You heal me and I heal you. Twin flames only. Divine mirrors only. Let's see what, let's do this medicine oracle, sacred medicine oracle. Medicine keeper, visionary, wise one, you're invited to rise into your remembering. Remember, I'm hearing indigenous practices. What speaks to you? What spiritual practices speak to you so that your your voice matches your actions because you're practicing it? Spirituality. You actually live it. Why do I film so much of the whole process? Because I want you all to see the whole process. I am only human just like you, but I do try to walk in integrity. It is time for us to walk in integrity, justice, for the well-being of you and me. I'm calling upon our ascended ancestors, masters of the land. Masters of the land. What message do you have for pile number 3? Tipping point, unconventional. Giving yourself permission to be unconventional, unconditionally devoted to spirit is what I just heard. Worth, the good being. The good being. Anishinaabe. Anishinaabe with worth. I don't know why I'm feeling like, looking at the little person right here, the child right here, worth, the good being. Do you not know? I almost am now feeling like, and I think I said something about the inner child in this pile, to believe that you are as powerful as you know yourself to be. You are worth it. It is time for you to step forward because you are worthy to have all. You're a trailblazer. The Thunderbird vision. You have a vision. I have a vision of love. And it's what you've given to me. I heard 2 different songs at the same time. That was Mariah Carey, Vision of Love. Bring your vision into the world. Bring your vision of harmony and balance to the world. You got card number 41, which comes to 5, and you got card 55, which comes to what? 10. Another 1. And another 1. Mediator, the mediator between the lower and upper realms. But you have to allow yourself to not fall into conditioning. You have to allow spirit to speak through you. You have to allow God to speak through you. Everything you've already learned in the systems that you've been a part of was helping you to create your spiritual practices. That way you can teach others, you can show others. Thank you. I found myself getting in my head just now. Cosmic Weaver, potency. The energy is very potent for you to step up and rise up into support, to make space. Make space for support to come in. It's actually going to be easier than you think. Yeah, I started getting in my head a little bit, and I had been feeling very confident about the piles that I already pulled. And then I thought, well, maybe it's all the time that I took to get back on. And it's like, no, this is the energy. We're showing real energy. This is not a performance. Your work that you're being called to do, a trailblazer, the work that you're being called to do is going to bring balance and harmony back to society. You're going to be able to mediate between religion and spirituality. They both can exist together. With the rainbow here, they can both, look at that, the rainbow's underneath this, centering everything. You have a wisdom. You filled your own cup for so long. I feel like you've probably filled your own cup your whole damn life. And even when you were bleeding out, there was no system to help. And now you have something in your heart that can help so many with the 10 of Cups. Something that can help so many. But you're afraid of what convention with that childhood conditioning with these religion cards over here. But you're a trailblazer on the spiritual journey, on the spiritual path. Stand 10 toes down. Use the religion that you've been taught and stand 10 toes down in it. But alchemize it. Balance it out with how other people can relate as well. It's about bringing people together. It's about bringing Weaver, the cosmic Weaver. It's about bringing people together, giving them that harmony. Let's see. Do I want to read out the book? Let's read Cosmic Weaver, because I was like, what card should we read? And then I accidentally hit this card. So I guess this is the card we're gonna read out the book, and then I'll let you all go. I hope this landed for someone. I hope it gives you some inspiration. It gives you something to look back on, and keeps you anchored while you continue to soar. That's what I just heard. 1 foot in both realms. 1 foot in both realms. Card number 42. Cosmic Weaver, potency. You are highly attuned to the magnetic frequency of the earth and beyond. You have been a healer, medicine person, and weaver of destinies for many lifetimes. This card is calling you into remembering of your role in the planet's evolution. A weaver is able to hold multiple dimensions at once, clearing timelines that no longer serve the creating pathways of luminous destiny. From the expansive oceans to the deep and sacred forests, your soul is able to tap into the vibrations of creation and weave higher level intentions for all, with it being right here with the Justice card. At night, you soar through the stars and cosmos, visiting those in need of healing and greater understanding. During the day, you vibrate a magnitude of potent medicine. Your abilities are heightened at this time, and you are asked to feel the pulse of healing magic that flows through you effortlessly. You are being called to be of service, and your ability to offer healing, transformation, and alchemy are at its peak. There will be opportunities to share your cosmic weaving magic. Be ready and be open. Sacred ceremony. Open and close your hands. As you do, feel the strands of incredible healing energy you hold there. Past lifetimes of when you were a powerful visionary, a prophet, a priestess, and a medicine person begin to awaken with every movement of your hands. Begin to weave them together, each unique strand, building a complex and luminous tapestry of melded energy in the cosmos. Embrace your magic and allow the earth to be a witness to your medicine. Healing affirmation. I carry magic in my hands and muscle memory. I am a potent weaver of multiple dimensions. And pile 3, that is all I have for you. If you would like, please give me a thumbs up. You can subscribe to the channel, of course. I love doing these. So I will continue to be as productive as possible and share the messages that come to me, because obviously it makes me feel good to do it, and it's what I'm being called to do as well. It's 9:15 on the dot. If you know, 9:15. I was born on 9:15. So anytime, my alarm goes off every day, twice at 9:15 and once at 2:15 p.m. because I was born at 2:15. So I did want to go ahead and check your book one more time. And this is really cool. It's page 168, and it says, living fully, the steps to dying gracefully. The steps to dying gracefully. The system works. The system. Thinking about the systems of the body, the systems of the world, because you have the justice card here. You have, which is the justice system, right? Prior to performing the wide excision and lymph nodes sentinel biopsy to determine whether my malignant melanoma had metastasized, my distinguished UCSF surgeon, Dr. Jonathan George, informed me that I should not expect results for about a week. However, 2 days later, on a Saturday morning, he called me with the results. "Richard, you're clear." He told me, "There's nothing in the lymph node." And I'm going to end it with that. I think that was potent, because what I got from that is, like we said, you have so many gifts. I call myself an urban shaman soul physician. And what that means, you would just have to work with me to understand what that means. I have lots of skills, lots of talents, and then I weave them all together. And I feel like you all definitely kind of can understand where that comes from. I'm taking law enforcement, emergency management, my herbalism studies, my Reiki practitioner, just everything to put it all together to make an impact on this world. And you're here to trailblaze as well, okay? Never forget your worth. You are innately a great person. You are a good person. Look at this child here. And everything that you are going to weave together and bring together is going to bring fulfillment to your community with the portobello mushroom. It'll bring wealth and value to your community. The main message is to balance between the structural, religious, whatever conditioning you may have, with the spiritual practices and what you have learned through your own self-inquiry with the reverse Ace of Cups. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.